I don't know why it does that, but every so often it kind of flips for some reason. But that's what it is. Okay, welcome in. We are going to be working with this Bernat blanket yarn ombre. I am doing panels to make a baby blanket, and that's why we got it this way. Okay, I'm trying to get on to my channel page from another page. All right, so welcome in. Thank you guys so much for the likes. So I'm doing it a little bit different. Hey, good evening, Macria. So I'm just doing something a little bit different today than what I typically do. I guess I probably, well, no. I was trying to think about how to have it going in the camera well, but we just gonna roll with it. Hey, Jenna. How are you doing this evening? How you doing, McCree family? I need to move that just a little bit. It's in the way. It is raining in my neck of the woods, so there's that. So y'all gonna get rain in your audio today, in your ears. Rain on the tin roof. So I'm working on a baby blanket, and typically the designs are horizontal, but I wanted to go for vertical, so that's why I'm doing it this way. Thank you. Uh-oh. I didn't quite grab it right that time. And I do have it sectioned off. So when I finish this, I'm gonna do a mattress stitch and mattress stitch them together. No problem, Peyton. Welcome in, Peyton. And right now I'm doing pearl stitching, and that's why the this hasn't curled up on the sides. So I'm doing pearl stitching. So if you're new here, I'm Doe, and what I do is typically go live looming. So this is mostly what you'll see during my lives, but I every once in a while I do crochet. But I've been looming for the longest. Thank you, Finetta. Excuse me, I need to cough a little bit. I might need to drink a little water. Thanks so much for the likes. I see you guys hard. Technically, if you were doing something like this, you could you can really just leave it. Well, if I did it all garter stitch, this would have been a really nice scarf. So technically, this could be a scarf if I decide to take it off. And I'm just trying to get it up to like 3 feet. So I check the length of it by the time that the hour goes by. Trying to make sure my battery is charging because yesterday while I was live, it checked out on me. It wasn't even charging. My phone checked out. It wasn't even charging like it was supposed to be. And I did some crocheting before I got on live, so my hands are just like a little bit shaky. I hope this turns out right because right now I'm just, you know, just working at a whim and just hoping that it works out the way I want it to. Hey, Charlie, how you doing? Hey, Mary Beth, how you doing on this evening? I got rain, y'all, so y'all get a little tin roof um aesthetics tonight. And it's storming just a tad bit. It's, for some reason, it's always difficult for me to make a stitch right up in here because of the stitch marker, and I'm trying not to pull it up. I am working on a baby blanket. I want the ombre to come out vertical instead of horizontal, so I'm doing panels for a baby blanket, and I'm just hoping that it just turns out right. I think the next time I'm gonna do either a double knit blanket a or a two sewn together two blanket. I'm just doing some experimenting and hoping that it turns out right because with blanket yarn it's harder to be like, okay, take this apart, I don't like it. With four-way yarn it's easier because you don't really lose a whole lot of texture with it if you frog it, but this one you will. So Awesome. Okay. That's what I wanna I keep saying I'm going to make some leg warmers because it's about time. So that is high up on my list. So that's what I really need to be doing is cranking out some leg warmers. My husband is gonna let me play around in his Christmas gift. His he got a Cubs T-shirt for Christmas, and I'm gonna make some cause he was trying to give it to me. I'm like, no, that's your gift. He's really awkward about gifts, and he's like, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm like, no, but I will, I will model in it with some leggings. And he wears like a 4X, 3 or 4X, so the shirt will be really, really big. It won't be showing off a whole lot. So that's what I want to do. Awesome, Charlie. I need to move this cord. It's gonna get annoying. And I should get it up to 3 feet before I get off live because it's already at 2. It's at like 27 inches. Before I got on live, I measured it. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, you multitasking like me. I just finished a crochet hoodie scarf, and I need to finish a crochet plushie. And I was like, I need to, this is strictly for live. Making this is so. I've been trying to spend all my extra time making stuff, but I do need to stock up for some shows. I want to go back to doing events this year, so I need to start making more products for this year. Yeah, you can make a cardigan with the loom. If you use this loom, it'll be making like several panels, but I got like a really big loom. One has 198 pegs, and the other one I think has 124. I think maybe that might be a little bit over exaggerated. I can't really remember. It's 100 and some pegs on the wide gauge one, but I know it's 198 pegs on the white one. So yeah, you can do a cardigan. The one that's 100, both of the looms go up to like 100 and I mean, sorry, both of the looms go up to 5 feet wide. So yeah, definitely make a cardigan with that. Yep, me too. I got ADHD too. So yeah, I have to have multiple projects going, especially if one is taking me like really long. I have to do smaller projects in between times, so I kind of get like that an endorphin of like completing something. Cause if it take me too long to complete something, I'll get uninterested. Cause I need that, like, fulfillment of completing something right then and there. So yeah. It's just an old office pen, old clicking office pen. It still got the logo on it and everything. Just take everything out and thread the yarn through. Yeah, it's just an old office pen. You can use a straw too, so you don't have to necessarily use an office pen. Cause I know straws will come in cheaper and more convenient for some. The pens are kind of difficult to take apart, but I prefer the pens. Oh, no problem at all. I knew that was gonna slide down. Let me cut this heat down some. I see y'all can really see the give me just I'm trying to adjust this so y'all can see it. My bad. I don't know why. I don't know if the camera slid down on its own like that or what. No problem, Fanetta. Awesome, Mary Beth. That's what I was talking about. Like the next one I want to do double knit. So I want to do a double knit blanket next time. Oh, thank you, Susan. I try to. I really try. Because I have ADHD and dyslexia. So I just try to put it in a term that hopefully, if I'm watching a video, I understand too. Yeah, yeah. I wasn't thinking at the time to call it double. Remember to say double knit or figure eight. But yeah, I want to like next time I want to try and do a double knit baby blanket. But I'm kind of concerned about the mattress stitch. Trying to be able to mattress stitch double knit. I'll probably have to look up a video first before I decide to do it. Come on. This one is always the difficult one. Hey, sifting some soil. You're gonna try what, Mary Beth? I am working on a baby blanket, and I'm working on doing panels to a baby blanket because I know y'all know that I can do this all on one loom, but I'm interested in trying to do a vertical pattern, so that's why I'm going this way. Are you Do you have a wide gauge loom or a small gauge loom? I would, Susan, I would suggest to start with the round ones first. They're the easiest. Oh yeah, gotcha. Making panels to put them together. Yes, I wanna try it. I'm kind of nervous about it, and I may be overthinking it. So we'll see. Just like I'm already overthinking this one too. I had a lot of mixed emotions about this one yesterday while I was making it. And I was just like, well, I started, just go on, finish it, and see what happens at this point, because that's where I'm at. Round, round knit when I use them. Yep, yep. I I tend to with this loom. I like to make. I not. Sorry. I like to put 4-way yarn on here and double knit because it makes it so loose. And I make like the scarf like 6 feet long, and then I make it into an infinity scarf. And so the stitches are very loose, and they're able to like stretch and it around so many times around around their neck. So yeah. And then if I don't use number 4 yarn for double knit, I prefer like a 5. Thank you, Susan. Now figure 8 on this one with thicker yarn is more stiff. I got one right here. This is double knit figure 8 using this yarn, and so I don't know if I necessarily want to make a scarf. This I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Awesome, Diana. Welcome in. But yeah, this is one that I done on here. But I typically like to use number 4 yarn. So that's why I was like, I don't know if I make a scarf with the blanket yarn. I've been looming for about 10 years. But I learned like knitting needles before this. But I don't have as much experience on knitting needles as I do the loom. And I was able to get about 2 feet done yesterday, and that's not all focused. So I should be able to get 3 feet done before tonight is over with, and so I should be able to cast it off and everything. So we'll go through um, me casting off tonight and everything. Then I got some of this in purple and pink, I think. So I'm really excited. I got some pillowcases I have yet to use that I specifically bought for making yarn pillows. So we'll see how they comes out. Yeah, I'm doing a garter stitch. Only in certain places right now though. It depends on what type of loom you have. Because this is a wide gauge loom, and if you use like number 4 yarn in here, it'll be really loose. And this is like a smaller gauge loom. So it depends on what type of loom you have. But yeah. So with this one, technically I can do like up to like 6 weight yarn on here, but it might be like a slight struggle. But this one is your stitches are really loose if you decide to do number 4 yarn. Give me a second. I'm gonna find that scarf I've been talking about. Give me. I'll be right back. I got so many boxes in here, y'all. It's ridiculous. Packages, packages, packages. So this was double knit on this loom. So as you see, like the number 4 yarn would be like, really stretchy. Good evening, Dana. How you doing? And this is where I connected them and made it an infinity scarf. So that's in somewhere in the middle there. But this is double knit. Of course, it's getting a little shrink. I've been wearing this, by the way, so it got a little fiber stretch stuff going on right up in there. Same, Dana, same here. I swear, day by day is how I've been taking it. But yeah, I'm doing really good. I'm doing good. I'm working on a baby blanket, but this time I'm doing it different than I typically do it. I typically like, doing it all on one loom and just being done with it. But I'm gonna do it in several panels and match or stitch them together because I want more like a horizontal, not a horizontal. I keep saying it, a vertical pattern. I want the pattern to be like up and down the blanket instead of horizontal. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I just want something different. And since baby blankets and thick yarn, it shouldn't take that long. So I was like, okay, I'll experiment with this. At some point, I want to be really geeky and do the Doppler effect. But I know that's going to be a lot of work. Either the Doppler effect or barcode would be nice. So we'll see. But I know that's going to take a lot of like changing between white and black on a loom. Yeah, I'm making a baby blanket in several panels. So this is like one of the panels to the baby blanket. Now I'm gonna sew it together. I'm trying to do like vertical stripes instead of horizontal stripes. Awesome, Diana. I started with the round looms and then I got over to this. This is my favorite way to make scarves, by the way. So I love putting my scarves on the loom. I have I've only crocheted like hooded scarves. So I've never really done like a, a straight rectangular uh, crochet scarf. Right, right, definitely. It's so many ways you can use this. Because you can do a tube scarf too, if you wanted to. I don't know where my little mini one right is right now, but I have like a smaller. I want to. Where did I put that? It was sitting over here somewhere. I have like a smaller long loom that has like very small gauge that I typically make a scarf with too. I wish I can locate it. It was I thought it was sitting right here, right beside me, but apparently I've moved it. I've been cleaning up and I moved it. Thank you, Diana. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for coming in and supporting me too, for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Man, I swear it happens every time. Every time I try to get my shed back in order, I always misplace something. Like right now, I can't find. I haven't been making baby booties because I want to find out what I did with my baby booty insoles, and I did something with them like a month or so ago. So I don't even know where they are, and it might not be a month. It might be about 3 months ago. I have no idea what I did with them. Hey Rose, oh no need to apologize. We all have lives. I'm so glad you're here though. Welcome, welcome in. I'm working on a baby blanket in panels. I typically don't do panels because, yeah, you can do socks on the looms. I haven't made socks per se, but I've made baby booties. And they practically socks, so that's why I said I haven't necessarily quote unquote made official socks. I swear, like I can say what you said. I can say that too. I always say I live such a vanilla life. Oh, that's nice, Rose. I hope you had a good Christmas. We have not seen each other since before Christmas. I have not seen y'all. I hope y'all had a good holiday. I got for Christmas. I got a heated blanket, which after he got me the heated blanket, the weather warmed up some, so I haven't been able to like really use it per se. And I got a inspirational coloring book, so I like coloring from time to time. It can be very zen. And I was gonna post those pictures today, but I forgot. I took them before I came in. I mean, came out to my shed. I didn't want to bring the book out here because then I'll leave it out here. And then while I'm sitting on idle time in the house, I don't have nothing to color because I didn't accidentally brought it out here and forgot that it was here. But yeah, I've been coloring today. I should have brought me a snack out here. Okay, Diana. I probably should have measured how much more I need to go up on this one. Go up in this color because that's where I'm starting it. That's about 5 inches. We'll just say it's 5 inches. And this thing, total thing, I'll just I'll measure it in a second. I'm trying to wait. Right, Rose. I appreciate it. I'm out of my shed. Yeah, every time I go live, I go live out of my shed. I have like a she shed. I had to get a she shed because it's so loud in the house, and you have kids. And I didn't know girls did it too until one of my family members told me. But because all I have is boys, like my siblings too. All we have is boys. But anyway, they are loud in the house. My mother-in-law laughs really loud, and she's yelling at the TV, and then the boys are yelling at the game. So I had to hurry up and move my craft stuff out of the house. Because I used to go live in the house too. But yeah, it's so noisy in there. And then if we have unwanted company, the dog barks and all that stuff. So it's interesting to say the least. You sure? You need so for the yarn for your teapot because I have a smaller. Let me go grab my small teapot. You need a flexible tapestry needle. I'll show you how to thread your straw real quick. Okay, so this is like my smallest teapot I got. I'm gonna show you on here. And grab some yarn. Unless you're using thick yarn, so that's the only thing I can think of. Oh, okay, got you. The size of it, this opening. So, um, that I do, I do sometimes if it's in here. I use this one for like my wide ones, but I do sometimes squeeze my yarn and push it down in there. So if you're using the outside of the yarn, if you're, let's say your ball is this big, you can actually squeeze it and put it down in there. And since you're using like the I'm trying to explain it correctly. So I'm gonna wrap this up. If you're using this side of the yarn and not the middle of the yarn, you're using it on the outside, it doesn't really bother it if you squeeze it a little bit and put it in there. So just to, give you a thought about that, because mines are different sizes too. So the opening for this one, although this one is smaller than this one, the opening for this one is wider, but the bowl is smaller than this one. And this opening is smaller, but I squeeze it down in there and I push it in there. Trying to put these back up not so loudly. And on threading your straw, I'm going to use a pin. So threading your straw, let me get a string here. I just use the same one that I used. So this is basically what your straw look like. You just take you can take a tapestry needle or a regular needle and pull it through there and just start working. And so you pull it through there and you do slip knot. Place it on the peg. I typically put my end string on the outside. Place it on the peg. See if I can tighten it up some. I think I might have accidentally messed up the orientation, or it might be fine. All right, and then you got that on there, and you just start wrapping. And this is your starter row of stitches. Push it down, and then go back the other direction. Trying to not make it come off. All right, then start wrapping the other direction. You can wrap that first peg twice if you want to. And then knit that off, and then just knit the rest of them off too. And that's how you start it. So all the since I'm using a different Since I'm using number four yarn, my stitches are going to be looser than they are on the other one, but that's, you know, that's how you work with the pen or a straw. Good night, Mary Beth. Thank you for hanging out with me. Good luck working on your blanket or whatever you're double knitting per se. Because I can't remember whether we was talking about a blanket or a scarf or you know. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Okay, welcome in. Well, I mean, welcome back, Juliana. And no problem, Mary Beth. Oh, I'm honestly just really happy that for the most part I can do this pearl stitch with just one hand. Welcome back, Diana. I have to go and see if Pinocchio is on um I can't think of the word right now. Oh, public domain. See if Pinocchio is on public domain. So I'm feeling the want to make Pinocchio. I know I'm gonna do Winnie the Pooh because I know it's on public domain, and I want to do Steamboat Mickey, and I just haven't found the time to do either, but I would like to do it very soon. Hey, Chrissy. I'm making a baby blanket. I'm doing panels to a baby blanket. Trying to do it a little bit different. I'm trying to see if I can do panels and hopefully I can trick my brain into not spending a whole lot of time on making the garter stitch. Excuse me, because I get very bored with the garter stitch. So I'm trying to be like, okay, maybe I can take it in small spurts. So hopefully this will help. I think the rain has moved out finally. Awesome. I want to try Tunisian crochet. I've been staring at it for a minute. Right now, I don't want to buy the hook for it yet. I just want to try it on the hooks I already have. Just do like something small, like a backpack strap or something like that. Yeah. I learned with the knitting needles first, so I can knit, but I found these after, so these don't bother me at all. I love them both. It didn't take me long to learn on this either. What took me the longest to learn was crochet. So these are perfect for me. Everybody's different. Yep. I started like it didn't take me like very long to learn knitting, so um I was trying at the time I didn't know much about knitting and I was trying to make hats and so I happened up on the round looms and that's kinda how that started. And then it took me a long time to learn crochet because I had been loom knitting and knitting on the needles for so long that it would not register at first. So yeah, yeah, that's it's so crazy how it all just works out. And yeah, so I do cross stitching too. I love cross stitching. Um, I think the only thing I really ever struggled with was macrame, and that's kind of difficult for me. I don't think I'll ever macrame again unless it's in loom form. Yeah, like for me, all of it is the same. So I loom it slow, I crochet slow, and I work on the knitting needle slow. And the reason why I do the knitting needle slow too is because I tend to get distracted a lot. And so, well, that's with everything. So with everything, I tend to get distracted a lot because I have ADHD. So it's a struggle with me with all the crafts. The only thing with the loom is that when I mess up on here, I don't have to start over. I could just fix wherever I messed up at. But with crochet, I had to like frog so many rows to get it back right, and I have to count. And then with knitting, I tend to have to frog a lot and start over a lot. So I only really make like small projects when it comes to the knitting needles. I think because of I'm doing so many things, the macrame is like this is too much. I tried it, but for right now it's too much for me mentally. But yeah, I think it's really fun. I like watching other people do it, but for me personally, nah. Like even I struggled with cross stitching at first, but now I love it. So it might just take me a minute. Right, that's what I do too, Chrissy. I do cross stitching on crochet. That's my favorite thing to do. But I have tried cross stitching on like the little pattern things. I got a butterfly right now that I need to be making. But yes, I love cross stitching on crochet. I saw somebody else do it. Right. Always starting a new project. Like right now, I'm working on a hat. I just finished a crochet hooded scarf, and I'm working on a crochet plushie, and I got to get two other hats started soon before it gets too late. And they one of them due before the second, so I'll try to get started on that one tomorrow. But yeah, I got hat crochet hats to make, and a crochet. I got a crochet hoodie I need to get started on too. I don't know. It's not necessarily too much on my plate. It's because this is like something I'm just doing. I they're customs, but it's best to have a lot on my plate because of the short attention span. But I think just in general the macrame is just too much for me mentally. No, I don't think so, Diana. I think that'd be really cool. I've been doing I wish I can show y'all. It's in my community feed. I did a I did a cross stitch what is the um Q dog Sigma, it's not Sigma, it's Phi, whatever Q Dog is. I did those on a hat. So if I did those on the hat, you should be able to do the Chanel logo on something like that if you wanted to hang it up. Yeah, it took me a minute because I freehanded it because I couldn't find any. I just really wanted like a pixelated one, and I couldn't really find a pixelated one, so I just kind of freehanded it. But yeah. Oh, okay, cool. If I don't have to pay for it, I don't mind. I'm really cheap. But yeah, if I can find a website that will turn it into like a graph thing or whatever, that'll be awesome. And if it's for free, 'cause I'm trying to find stuff to invest in this year, and right now I'm investing in more data on Google and um, my video app. I pay a yearly subscription for that. So, but yeah, I'm not in a hurry to pay for a whole lot of stuff, but because I'm really cheap. Awesome. Okay, it's free to use. Oh, okay, Chrissy. I trust me. I totally understand. Get your family time in. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I swear, I do want to do a cardigan, and I probably should have did this. I'm in a cardigan. I think this would have been really pretty in a cardigan, but I don't know. Yeah, I've tried that one, but it I don't like it. I don't like the I have it right here. I personally don't like the double hook things. Oh, I didn't know you could just search pixel stitch, but yeah. Welcome back, Ashley. Right. Thanks, Diana. But yeah, so these are by KB, but I don't normally use them because I struggle with them. And this one is by KB, so I have like all the extra stuff. I'm a person of habits, and that's the problem. I can't use this one because it makes me turn my wrist too wide, and I just don't really like the way these fit in there. So that's that. But everybody's different, so I'm just a very picky person. Once I find something that works, it's hard for me to do something different and listen it right off like it's beneficial. Right. I got you. Kanashi. Um, for me, because so let me see if I can do it right here. I personally don't like it. Um, so they now it's not universal. So that's my biggest gripe with it is that it doesn't work on the loom that I want to use it on. And okay, so this one is for a small gauge, and this one is for a wide gauge. So the thing would be for me it'd be kind of a little bit slower. I don't know. And then some people I don't knit off the way everybody else does. So maybe that's what it is. Let me see. All right. Like I said, I gotta get used to it. My wrists are shaking right now as well too. So I have like a wrist condition. But it's if you want to, some I say go ahead. Don't hurt to try. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, so it don't hurt to try them if you want to try them. I can't definitely say it's no, but I personally can't use them. It's just based off of preference. But everybody's different, so that's why I say I can't say like no. For me, when I change things up, I have to uh, adjust to like my movements. So that's why I typically do everything like the same. Yeah, cause I'm like I'm very like just very particular about things, and I'm more than likely to just keep doing something if it's not broken. They say if it's not broken, don't fix it. Now, if anybody can find a way to get pearl stitching, if I can find a way to get pearl stitching done even faster, I'll do that. Yep, exactly. Less to fidget with. But yeah, I have it there. One of these days, I might use it on my double knit loom. I think it'll work for my double knit loom, and that's because the stitches loosen up. The more if yeah, so if I was doing double knit, yeah, because the stitches are looser, and it shouldn't be that difficult to like knit off. So maybe. Hey Kelly, good evening. I am making a baby blanket, but I'm doing panels this time. So, cause I'm getting sick of looking at the horizontal effect, so I'm trying to do a vertical effect. So I'm doing them in panels, and hopefully I like it. Cause right now I'm already uh, questioning the how it's gonna turn out, even though I'm just doing it vertically. So we'll see. Yeah, like the pearl stitches drive me nuts. If I could figure out a way to like do them the easiest way and quickly, I would have. This panel will be 3 feet. I typically make my panels 3 feet. Um, I mean my baby blanket's 3 feet long. Thank you, Kanashi. Right, I love the look of the stitch. It's just it's a pain. And I'm trying to do it to where I'm only doing it in short spurts, so maybe that'll help out some. So that's why I did it on this loom. So I'm hoping that it won't be as annoying. I need to measure this soon. I need to. I'm not trying to go over 3 feet. Thank you. Which stitches? Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. Awesome, Kelly. That's the side. That's the length I typically make my baby blankets. Is 36 by 36. I think I'm gonna get into rugs this year too. I need to measure this, y'all, cause I don't want to get too far ahead. What did I do with my ruler? I don't want to use the tape ruler. I guess I'm gonna have to use it. My bad. I try not to rub up against that. All right, that's 14 right there. Let's slide that over. No, no, no. All right, 14. That is 26 and a half. 26 and a half. So that's 26 and a half right there. Let's see what this is. So I'm just going to go from here. 26 and a half, that's 9.5. 9.5, 26 and a half, that's 35. Okay. I think I might have went too long, but I'm going to leave it. All right, 20, 35. So I need to, my bad. I need to stop right here. That's going to give me about 3 inches. So I need to stop right here and do all garter stitch and do my count. I swear I need to get into punch needle rugs. Cause I've been wanting to do rugs too. All right. So remember. We are getting ready to take this off. I'm trying to remember that I'm doing all garter stitches. Awesome. So yeah, that's what I need. I need instant results. I like watching punch needle videos too. So I gotta remember that I'm doing a full row of purl stitching, and we are getting ready to take this off the loom. Come on. And I said I was gonna stop at 9 o'clock, and I sure did go over. Come on, stay. Yeah, like I wanna do that too. I wanna try the manual. Like I don't wanna do the machine at all. So I'm not into like doing like those huge rugs. I just wanna do like the small tufting stuff. Uh I got what do I got? I have what's um I I take that back. Okay, so I might be talking about something different. So I do a punch needle felting kit thing. I have that, and I think that's different from tufting. So I do. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping right now. But anyway, the reason why I thought of that, it's the ADHD going. I have I had like a leather finger thing that came with my needle felting kit, and so I try not to poke myself too, but yeah, I get what you mean. I don't even know what. Oh, I know what latch hooks is. Everything is tends to click for me a little bit slower sometimes. So I think I got needle felting stuff that I'm struggling with. So I've done needle felting. I'm not crazy about it right now. And I meant to say I wanted to do tufting. That's what I want to do. I like watching tufting videos. So I'm gonna make a note that I just did one garter stitch, so I remember. Hey Rose. Nothing. I'm about to get ready and take this off. Hopefully within the next 30 minutes. I bought mine. My kit came from Timu, and so it had a little leather thing in it, like in the like packaging thing. It wasn't that expensive. This shouldn't take me about 30 more minutes to do. I hope. Uh oh. Uh oh again. Like, come on, grab the yarn. I guess I'm in a hurry to get it off. I was too. I was an affiliate, but I've like since I've just I don't know. I don't know why I stopped. I was an affiliate when they kind of started it earlier, and I know that they're on YouTube now, and I'm like, I should go back. But I'm just like, I don't know. I think I get sick of all the emails and all that stuff. I think that's what's really bothering me. Hi, Forest River. How are you doing this evening? What's furries? Awesome, Kelly. Yeah, exactly. Me too. I never understood why they kept saying that too. Especially when people shop from Shein as well. So to me they're kind of one and the same. I'm just being honest. So there's two. Where's my pen? We can't be losing pens and stuff while I'm trying to be in a hurry. And I also never pearl stitch on the first or last peg. So if y'all kind of seeing that, I skip those. And when I go back to E stitch, that's when I take care of those. So yeah. When you pearl stitch on the first or last peg, it kind of get like a little runchy ish, scrunched up. So I don't like it. Okay. I think that's cool, Forest River. Me too, Kelly. Or at least I try to. I've seen someone else do it. Um, um, I can't think of the channel. It's a channel on here. She dresses up in animals. Well, she does mostly a mask. Nah, she does dress up as an animal. The reason why I'm confused because she really only does a mask and a tail typically. That's all right, Charlie. Oh, okay, gotcha, Forest River. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's cool. I swear, like my scrap yarn go. I plan on doing a scrap yarn blanket eventually, but most of it goes in my plushies. Oh, okay, that's cool. I like that. I like that idea. Forest River. Hi, Shamika. How are you doing? Awesome. Glad you're here too. You said you use them for for socks of stuffing. Do you post it on YouTube? Okay. I'll try to I think, are you on Insta? Maybe. Someone tagged me in a post a while back on YouTube. I didn't even know you could tag and post. But if you post like you, I think you can go under your um other your older post and tag me in it in the comments. I think. Oh, okay, I got you. Plushies. Your sock the plushies in your sock. Okay. I just it's happening so fast, y'all. The garter stitch is happening so fast. So I'm trying to keep up with the stitching and remember the counts. I'm like, wow, I just did four already. Normally, if this was a 3 foot wide blanket and I was doing it all in one, all the stitches at one time, it would take me with this blanket yarn to do 7 garter stitches. It would take me 2 hours, providing that I don't fall asleep while I'm doing it. So that's how boring garter stitches are to me. I will be working on them, and I have been known to fall asleep while working on the garter stitch, the beginning of a blanket. So that's how my ADHD works. That's why I say it takes me a little bit longer than others because if I have to do a full row of garter stitches, I get bored very easily. I think it's gonna take me because is this one is about 5.5, but it's gonna shrink down to 5. So this one is 5 inches wide, and so I'm thinking like about 7 panels to um to make the blanket. This yarn is Yarn Inspirations Burnett Blanket Ombre. I hate when I do that. The yarn didn't go on the right side. Oh, I get it. Kanashi, I get it. But you gotta be we're our own worst critic. I think others will love it, even though you struggle with not feeling like it's good enough. A lot of the stuff I feel like is not good enough. I've already judged it before I even posted it, and so sometimes it upsets me when others are like critical. I'm like, only I can be that critical. I'm like, let me be critical, not you. But yes, I get it. But I know that's the risk of posting on social media, so I just, accept that part of it. No problem, Kelly. All right, five. I just did five. For a while, I wouldn't even be like on live, or I wouldn't even post videos of me on the camera and all that stuff. So I didn't want to be judged on my looks nor my project. So because that's like double. But I'm fine. I'm okay with it now. What's wrong, Forrest? I hope y'all are okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I saw something about you going live earlier, but I don't I can't really read the IGTG. I'm not very good at short words. Yeah, I got you. I didn't quite fully understand it because I'm a little older and like the short slang is starting to like be a distant memory for me. Oh, okay, gotcha. I totally got you now. I hope it goes well. Like I feel so old when I don't get all the short form letters. I'm like, oh my god, I reached that level. I reached that level where I don't quite understand the text messages. All right, this I only got about two more rows on this one, then I'm taking it off. So this is one, and then I gotta do an E stitch back. I'm trying to do it the exact way I would do it if I was working on a blanket. I mean, if I was working on a full blanket. All right, so this would be my seven garter stitch. I hope the rain would have drained down some water before I go out. That's my only issue. I need to buy some pebbles and stuff because my walking path gets very wet. I swear it is a lot to keep up with. And then some people would put like 20 random letters together, and I'm just like, what in the world is going on here? Thank you, Susan. All right, y'all. So that's my seven garter stitch. That's what I typically do. So I'm gonna do one more row of each stitch, and that's what I typically do for just good measure. So I do an each stitch after I do my last purl stitch row, because that's kind of what I do when I start the blanket. Blanket, you do like a each stitch row before before you start your work. So I do that on when I take it off. Now get ready to take it off. I do it each stitch row. All right. Right. Swear another language. So I'm gonna push all these down, and we're gonna cast off. So to cast off, I'm getting ready to do a basic cast off. I can't remember the technical word, but so to do a basic cast off, you're gonna wrap your first peg twice. So I just wrapped it and knit it off, and I'm gonna wrap it again before I start taking off the other yarn. So wrap that one, and then wrap this one, wrap the one that's next to it, knit that one off, okay, and then you're gonna take this yarn, this one right here, put it over here. I'm sorry, I'm just, it's feeling a little awkward because I've never cast it off like this, per se. All right, so I'm talking about like the just the loom itself is the why it's awkward. All right, so I moved this one to over here. Now I'm gonna take that bottom loop and knit that off. That top one I just moved over, and then I'm gonna take this one off and move it over here. So we've already cast it off one stitch. I need a little bit extra space to put that back on, and I'm gonna tighten it back up. All right. Now it's called, yes, a basic bind off. Thanks. That's what I was trying to say. But so we're gonna go to the next one here. We don't need to wrap this one twice anymore. We can just keep going on. So we're gonna wrap this one and knit it off, and then take it off, and then put it on the previous. I'm at the last stitch. Knit that one off, and then take it off and put it on. Make it the new last stitch. And it's better to do it with your working yarn because that way it's you can control the tension more if you do it this way. So that's the reason why I do it this way. And this is not a technique I came up with. This is from out of the KB booklet. So if you have KB looms, you're more than likely to find this bind off in there, especially if it's a beginner's kit. I'm just trying to find a better way to hold the yarn without having to put it so many places. And it's probably not a good idea that I'm tightening it up because it's just gonna make the stitches more. See how that's curved ends on? I didn't really want that curved end, but that'll work. It'll work for right now. I swear, cause when I first started doing cast off, I was doing the one that you do for the figure 8 stitch, and it was horrible because the stitches were so tight trying to go over to the next stitches, and it was crazy. Hey Lena, how you doing? I'm gonna stop pulling it too tight. I want to pull it just a little bit. Thank you. That's good. You're doing good. Then I'm gonna lay this one to the side so y'all can kind of glance at it while I do the next one. So this one I use stitch markers for. The next one I won't need to because of the way I'm working it. Come on, like my hands are just really just my wrists are really just shaking. I think I've done too much work the past month. I just got through making that green blanket and I'm crocheting, so I haven't really had a break from making the using the two mediums of fibers, fiber arts. I'll just say that. And you just repeat that process. I forgot to say that earlier. You just repeating the same thing over and over. I think it's just really the closer I get to the end is making it more difficult. The green and blue. All right, so I'm on the last one, and I'm just gonna pick it up like this and pull it off, and I'm gonna snip this this end because I don't need it anymore, and pull that over, pull that out, and so all you gotta really do is just put this in the yarn, and I mean the hole, like the tail in the hole, and tug it. Right now, I don't know how I'm feeling about this blanket, so right now I'm not um, gonna tug it all the way. But as you see, my stitches are a little tight up there, and so they should have been a little bit looser. But that's the gist of it. So I'm gonna fold this one up. I'm gonna give it a quick measure real quick. I know this is over 3 feet long, and that's a little annoying. But folding it in half should help me get a better measurement. So that's about 19, and I think it might be more. Yeah, that sound right. Sound about right. 19. All right. So I'm gonna take these off because I really don't need. Nah, I just really don't need one of them. So I just put that one up. So we're gonna start our next panel, and I will be doing a chain cast on. I'm dropping hooks over here. No, it wasn't. It was like the 19 was like tip of the uh. It's like very. It was very close to 19. Cause like even with 18, I was being generous. So the 20 is right here, the 19 right there. So I was being a little bit. I'm being like slightly generous with the 19. All right, so let's do this. And I like to put my end on the outside. So I'm gonna grab that. And we are gonna do a chain cast on. That is the way I like to do mine because Now this is going to be a little difficult to show y'all, but I'm going to do my best because it's hard to hold this loom. So with the chain cast on, gonna do this. I'm putting it on this side of the peg so it won't grab in the peg. Let me just do it like that. Yeah, it's been raining on and off like all day. Right, and nothing wrong with a few extra stitches. Exactly, because when I thought about taking it apart, I was like, nope, not gonna do that. It's more time consuming to take it apart because it's blanket yarn than it was putting it together. So I was just like, just leave it. All right, and I don't need to do a chain on that one per se. You just take this part and move it over. Just take it off the hook. Take that chain directly off the hook. All right, so that's a chain cast on, and you're gonna wrap the last peg. So that's slip stitching because I didn't really wrap it like that. So it's coming from right here. I'm gonna slip stitch the last peg and start wrapping on back this other direction. So I left this one on here, this stitch mark on here, so I remember, because that's how I typically do it. I do purl stitch this direction, E stitch this direction. So that's the way I typically do mine. So I'm just trying to follow the same pattern I typically do. You don't have to do yours the exact same way. So there's no rhyme or reason except for I like habit. All right. So purl stitch this. I need to put this down because it's getting on my nerves. All right. Like I said earlier, I don't purl stitch on the first or last peg. So we're just gonna go over this way. I need this to stay down. It's getting on my nerves. And we're just gonna purl stitch the whole row. Awesome. Okay. Congratulations, Diana. Happy belated birthday. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate you. That's that's some awesome good news. Another year of life and a birth. Oh, no problem at all. So I meant to kind of explain to y'all that over here on this blanket, you'll see the E stitches are kind of wavy. So when I connect them with the mattress stitch, they'll straighten up some. And the reason why they're like that is because the garter stitch is um, is kind of more of a compact stitch. So this stitch is more compact. So like a E stitch is about this. That I'll do it like this. A E stitch, let's say it's about this length, but when you do a garter stitch, it's like this length. So that's why you get. I have the wave. going on with this stitch right here. But um when I mattress stitch them, it's gonna match up with the other E stitches, so that'll straighten it out. So the only thing that'll be kind of like scrunched up a little bit is the garter stitch. So that's one garter stitch. Let me put 7 right there so I can make sure I'm counting right. All right. So that's one garter stitch. We're gonna E-stitch our way back. And once we get past our garter stitches on this panel, everything will be E-stitch um, in the middle area. So I'm just gonna do 7 garter stitches and then E-stitch the rest. 7 garter stitches at the beginning and E-stitch for the middle, and then now this the one I'm gonna have to keep up with the stitches on because I'm not. It's harder to count blanket yarn stitches. Yep, right. I'm very glad it doesn't feel like chenille yarn. Chenille yarn can be very fickle. All right, that's my bad. That's 2 garter stitches. That's why I'm gonna start putting the pin at. Right now it's in the way. Oh, come on. Awesome. I need to start making myself something to wear. That every time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make myself something. Every time I get ready to start making myself something, somebody else wants something. So I have yet I have started working on some pants. They were because of my tension, they were all. I've been making a shrug on and off since October. And the reason why I haven't finished it is because I think I'm about to run out of the yarn. And I'm too afraid to run out of the yarn more than I am to see if I'm going to run out of the yarn. Uh-oh. I probably need to go in there and try to finish this shrug. It's just been sitting there. And part of me feels like I'm going to have to redo it. I don't know. We'll see. I know if you use two different yarns, the colors, even though they look to the eye, they look like they match. Once you put them together and start like mixing them, that's when they start to show when you put them right beside each other. That it is. It's very squishy and soft. All right, so that is number 4. Sometimes this the the feeling of the yarn make me sleepy too. The softness of the yarn will make me sleepy. Are you asking me or are you saying you do? I didn't even check the lot number. I think I grabbed like oh I think they had like 4 and I grabbed 3 of them and left one. So I'm just hoping that they should be from all the same lot number since it wasn't that many up there. All right, that's 5. I was just excited to see them and I just went to grabbing. Come on. Y'all gonna really see some curling up on this one, on the sides. Anyway, come on, go down. I'm making really good time. I mean, I do crochet or knit. Thank you. I appreciate that. Crochet, I've knitted before. I got it in there. And I'm not getting ready to get up to find no knitted projects on no knitting needles. So thank you so much. Hi, Jennifer. I love when people tell me that so I can tell them that I do those things. And I love them equally. So that's no problem with me. I don't understand why my time bothers other people. Like, I'm not stealing anyone else's time to make this. So, you know, I love to crochet too. Awesome, Charlie. All right, on my last one. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I appreciate them. It's mainly about changing colors, but there's some yarn, where you don't have to like really do all that. So, but to change colors, you just create a slip knot and with changing colors and just continue wrapping like you never stop. Yes, yes, I love them, Kelly. Love, love, love. So I've done resin before. I'm doing right now. I switched from resin to resin creed. Like I'm just all over the place. Hey, Ebony, how you doing? So y'all, I'm done with the first 7 stitches, first 7 garter stitches. So now we're just gonna do all each stitch. That's good. So everything from now on will be all each stitch, and it's gonna be like a breeze. It was pretty good. The most important thing was I was able to chill with family. How was yours? And now I'm gonna be on the road, y'all, cause all I'm doing is east stitching. Every stitch is east stitch because I'm working in the middle of the blanket. And so since I'm doing all east stitch, that's good. Awesome, Jennifer. Since I'm doing all east stitch, I skipped the the first head. So I slip stitch the first head. And if you've ever been a loom knitter, this is the funnest part of it is doing the E stitch because it goes a lot faster. I think it's my third row. I need to keep up with these rows. Awesome. Happy belated birthday. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Cool. Peaceful mentality. So that's exactly what I use it for. I have ADHD and anxiety, so and depression. So yeah, that's what I use mine for. Helps out a lot to me, especially combined with music. So I typically like to listen to music while I work on mine. I hope it does help you because I do crochet too. I just started crocheting about 2 years ago, so I get it. But it took me a really long time to learn crocheting. Not consistently trying to learn, but yeah, it took me about 5 years inconsistently trying to learn. I think this was five. That's five. One, two, three, four. Okay, I need to do one more. I thought there would be five. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I hope it helps. It's 10:06 for me. I got about an hour left. Right, cause it helps. It helps a lot. It depends on what loom you're using and your preference. So I wouldn't necessarily. It just depends on the person's preference. So if I wouldn't be me personally, I wouldn't do a flat panel like this with number 4 yarn, but I will double knit because this is also a double knit loom. So I still would double knit a number 4 yarn on here. So it just depends on your preference. Because my stitches on here, if I did number 4, the way I'm doing this will be very loose. And this is how double knit looks coming off of this loom too. So it depends on what you're looking for. So me personally, I would say do you. Everybody always talking about how it's supposed to look, how this looks, how that looks, how they don't like the way that looks. I'm like, do you. Do what you like. Yeah, I'm doing loops and threads, the only ones. So yeah, these are the only long looms. Mine is one KB loom. These are the only long looms I will work on is loops and threads because I know no matter how tight my stitches are, if I decide to work on this loom, I'm not concerned about the pegs breaking because they're actually a part of the loom. Yeah, I like rabbits or rabbits. Yeah, so I this is my preference. I'll show you. So this is a boy one, and this one is like glued in. The pegs for this is glued in, and so with this one, the pegs are actually a part of the loom. So that's why I'm like, this is the one. This is the one I will use. I will not use any other. Okay, 5 rabbits. That has to be nice. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, no problem at all. Ooh, it's kind of loose on that end. I didn't like the way that came off. Oh wow, okay, gotcha. I've probably only tasted one. I can't really remember. A lot of different places. So, are you talking? It depends on what suppliers you're talking about. Cause this loom that I'm working on is from Michaels. So only Michaels carry loosened threads. So I'm working on a loosened threads by Michaels. This is just a old office pen that I hollowed out. So they don't typically come with your loom. And this is a KB hook. This is the only hook I will use to only brand of hook I will use to work on my looms with. So Michaels came with this hook, but as you see, this one is not as pointy as this one is. If you guys can see that, and these tend to be like so plasticky that this tends to move a lot more than these do. This is more sturdier than this one is. So KB Hook, knittingboard.com, Amazon, or Joann's is where you can get one of these from. Maybe not Joann's, but I know knittingboard.com, which is the company website, or Amazon. The You can do several panels and sew them together, but I have I give me just a second, because that's what I'm doing right now is sewing panels together. But you can go up to like 5 feet. I'm gonna end up breaking the loom if I don't be careful. Okay, so this one is 198 pegs. Try to make sure it's all on the camera. And this one will go up to 5 feet, but you can make like two and make them bigger. And this one will go up to 5 feet as well, but it's just I use thicker. Oh, okay, good, Ebony. I'm like no judgment. When you said, I was like no judgment. But when you do this one, it use thicker yarn, but it's still gonna be like 5 feet too. I can't remember how many pegs is on this one, but I know it's over 100 and something. So typically, I would have used this yarn to do a blanket on here without having to like do multiple panels, but I'm trying to do like a vertical effect, so that's the reason why I'm making it this way. But yes. But yeah, like no judgment. I do my best to not judge on it. Yeah, so it's a lot of options out there. Thank you guys so much for the likes. I think I'm just gonna have to count these stitches after the fact because I'm not gonna I don't feel like counting right now. I know I'm not gonna finish 3 feet before I get off live, so I'm just gonna go. Now I gotta move that hook back out my way because I'm about to pick it up and I don't like using it. And so that white one I just showed y'all, I have like three of those and one of the green ones. I only have one green one because, you know, typically when I work on blankets, it's thicker, so I can use thicker yarn, so it's gonna work up faster. But on the white loom, I typically use like number 4 yarn, and so um, it takes a little bit longer for to work up projects. So I got like three of them. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Crazy thing, my hair is so thick. I had to. I I think you know. I had to like shave like all of the sides because my hair was so heavy and it was giving me migraines. So there's that. I'm in Arkansas. I know the accent shines sometimes, or all the time, either way. I don't know why every time I get down here it's loose. Which one? Which one? Like are you saying a blanket or a loom or? Okay, Ebony. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Okay, so the white one and green one. The white one right now is not available on Amazon, and so you should be able to get it from Joann's or knittingboard.com. And it's called a KB Afghan loom. And then the green one, you should be able to get one of those off Amazon or Michael's. The I really with the green one, I have no preference. I got it from Michael's, but I feel like all the it's technically called an infinity loom. The green one is, and so I feel like all the infinity looms are pretty much the same, and so in quality, because people tend to complain about the quality of the green one. But I feel like all of them are the same in quality. So there's really no right or wrong place to get a green loom, just to be honest. Um, What do I like better, looming or crocheting? That's hard because I like them for a different reason. So, crocheting, I like to make plushies the most. And so I can make plushies with the looms, but I prefer to crochet them. And so when it comes to blankets, I don't really like counting, so I prefer to loom it most of the time because I don't really have to think about what I'm doing. And so and then so a crocheter would say that too. They don't have to really think about what they're doing. So, but for me, I like them for different ways, different reasons. So I can't really like say which one is, you know, cause like in my moments I'm gonna love crocheting, and then in my moments I'm gonna love loom knitting. So I can say which one was the easiest for me to learn though. Loom knitting was the easiest for me to learn, but a lot of other people will argue that it's like 50-50 with people when I post online. 50-50 like hate it, 50-50 love it. So I don't know why looming seems like such a, you know, such a complex thing for some people, and it might be because they do needle knitting or crocheting. Like even knitting was easier for me to learn than crocheting was. But now that I've learned crocheting, I'm just like, oh, okay, gotcha. So the past month or so, most of the things I've been making have been like freehanded. Cause like now I can look at things for the most part and be like, if it's just um a single crochet or double crochet, most of those projects I can look at them and be like, oh, okay, that's what I need to do. So most projects I can look at it now with crocheting and be like, okay, yeah, I can do that without a pattern. When it comes to like plushies and like beanies are not as bad for me to do too. Now that's what I have been getting torn about, whether I like crochet beanies or loom knit beanies the most. I have some knitting machines, but I don't really use them a lot. I have an issue with control. I think you already know that we've had that conversation. I have an issue with having control over things. I don't feel like I necessarily have a whole lot of control over the machine. And plus, I have to babysit it too. So, but of course, your 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 bed machine would be a lot better than a Addy. Right. That. Yep. Exactly. So I'm that person that likes to like skirt around on the edge. I'm like I like to do the basic stitches and then make something complex with it. I'm that person. Like with loom knitting, I only really know pearl stitching, true knit stitch, garter stitch, U stitch, and I think that's it. Rib stitch. And I think I learned another stitch a while back, but I don't forgot what the name of it called. It's like a raindrop, or it didn't look like a raindrop, but it was called something like that. And I don't forgot how to do it too. But I don't know a lot of loom knit stitches or different patterns, even though I've tried different things. Um, but yeah, I like to just I'm a let the yarn speak for itself. I get variegated yarn and make the project look different. So I'm like, just stick to the basics. Yeah. I'm like, just stick to the basics. The like anything you do, you should be able to like do different or special things with the basics. Cause right now I've had like a bucket, a what is it, a basket weave blanket on the loom for like over a year, and that's just because I had to change different stitches, and I just it's wild. Yeah. So let me. So right here, this is the garter stitch and the purl stitch, and then I've done an E stitch. And let me pull it out real quick. I'll show you one. And then German short rows. It's a lot of different ones. So this is like the basket weave that I said I was doing, and the amount of time that it would take me to get this done, it would take me about the same amount of time on knitting needles. But I'm able to, like, I haven't touched this in a minute, but yeah. So you can do different stitches on the loom. And if I can find a baby booty real quick, there it is. And this is a loom knit baby booty. So yeah, you can do this one is called the rib stitch. This is mostly what's on the ribbing of a beanie. So that's a rib stitch. And these are like German short rows done in this area. And this is like the true knit stitch or U stitch done in this area. So yeah, you can do a lot of different stitches. Yeah, you can do a rib stitch on there. So, and this one, this baby booty came off of here. So I made this on here. Oh, okay. That's why I keep saying I'm gonna make a sweater, but I ain't got around to that yet. I want to do a lot more with my looms. I just every time I get ready to do something, it's just like And I've hold on just a second. Let me find out what I did with it. It's up here somewhere. Where is it? All right. And so this is I've been making pumpkins, and so this is the rib stitch, and like when I was making pumpkins and things, and that this is on my YouTube too. So I was taking the rib stitch and plushing it out and putting a stem and everything on it and making pumpkins with it. So, but yeah, that's kind of like the misconception that people get is that you can only do the E stitch on the looms, and you can do the rib stitch on the machine too. So I I think I got it. Hold on just a second. Or I might have frogged it. I hope I didn't frog it. So let me see if I still got this real stitch on the. Nope, I took it off. Okay, so on the knitting machine, but you gotta cast the stitches off and then cast them back on. But you can do the real stitch on the knitting machine as well, like the KB Central and all that stuff. You can do the real stitch on there too. And I was trying at the time. I was trying to learn how to make a sock, and so it's such a long process and kind of confusing. And so you can do a sock with a heel on it on the loom too. Not on the loom, sorry. On the knitting machine too. Of course you can do it on the loom, but on the knitting machine you can do a sock with a ribbed ankle part and a heel on the foot and everything. Awesome, Sandy. But yeah, if you can do that, a lap blanket, you can do anything when it comes to loom knitting. But yeah, so for me, when things are like are complex, it's boring, and it takes me a longer time to like sit there and figure it out. But you can do a sock similar to this with a heel on it on the knitting machine. And I had to dig deep down in YouTube to find that. And it's a video I think by the Addy company. So you just have to dig for it. Right now I can't find the I have to look for the video. I forgot what they called it. They called it some other technique. Yeah, true, true. But for me, it's it's a thought of accomplishment more so than anything. So that's the reason why I want to create a sock on there just to say I did it. You can do tube socks, of course, but I like doing things that challenge me at the same time not challenging me. Or I just like to do when I'm in the mood. I like challenging things. So that's why I really want to do it. So it's not like a thing of you know necessarily trying to it's just learning something new. I like to learn new things a lot. Me too. I like heel toe socks too. So that's why I don't really care for tube socks. So that's why I was really trying to do it. I'm more so curious than anything. Right. That's why I do a lot of other projects. So when I'm doing like complex things like that, I tend to like crochet or loom knit something small to get that instant gratification. So I still get the instant gratification. It's just like in different forms. So that's why I do like a lot of different things. Awesome. If I could, I swear, if I could go live while listening to my music, I would. It makes things a whole lot better. And it makes things a whole lot faster, or feel like it's a lot faster. You get more productivity done with some music. My go-to music is 80s, so that's like my favorite decade. So I listen to a lot of 80s music, or I have a temptation station, so I listen to a lot of oldies as well. I think Joann's. I think I got this from Joann's. I don't remember ordering this off of Amazon. I went in Joann's one day and found ombre yarn, and I got like 6 skeins of it. They got these the ombre ones. Are you saying have I thought about TikTok sifting some soil? Or are you saying I are you saying have I thought about going live on TikTok? If so, I go live on TikTok every Friday. So I've been going live a lot longer on TikTok than I have here. Like 1 year. Yeah. So that like working over there is like almost smooth sailing with the music. But yeah. I go live on there about the same amount of time that I do here. But 1 year I was going live on there like 3 days a week for 3 hours, but then I had to go back to work. And right now I found a part time job, so I've been trying to get back into the mood of going live, and I just haven't found my mojo yet. And I don't feel like I want to like 3 days. It can't be 3 days. It will have to be like maybe I can try to swing it every other week where I switch the two, because it's a lot. Going live like that often is a lot. It's addictive, Barbara. It is. It's addictive, very addictive. Thank you. I gotta make more of these. I swear, I understand. I understand. Sipping some soul. I get it. Yeah, that would be instant gratification for me. It definitely would if I could do something like that, like a pullover in that amount of time. Definitely a plus. Yeah, I use a knitting machine, but I have OCD ish ways, and I tend to be like I try to control the machine a lot. So I struggle with it more than it is helpful. But I do have one. I'm supposed to be crocheting an oversized sweater, and it's I'm having a hard time reading the pattern, so I might need to come on YouTube. No, it's not a sweater. It's a hoodie. I'm supposed to be crocheting a hoodie, a extra large hoodie, and so I need to come on YouTube and see if I can find a pattern, because the pattern she sent me is like, I can't read this. And I've read patterns before. The pattern she sent me is confusing, especially if I have to extend the pattern size, because she only goes up to 1x, and the person needs a 2x. So there's that. Oh, okay, I got you, Barbara. I'm glad you found something, because this. This is very relaxing for me. Yep, exactly. No, the yarn. Let's not talk about the yarn we want to use. Because I would prefer. I'm gonna do hers in acrylic yarn, but I would prefer to use cotton. But I know that's gonna be like more expensive, but it will be better. But people aren't willing to pay, that price. So I'm just going with acrylic, and I just tell her how to like take care of it. Me, that's how I am. I'm like, I wish I would have, got introduced to this when I was like 8. Cause right now I wouldn't be just sticking to like the basics because of my wherewithal right now. When I was younger, I have the wherewithal and be very excited to like do all those different things. But I've gotten older and I'm just like, you know, you get older and you start to get picky about stuff. So, and then I got this bamboo yarn in here that I want to use too. I keep saying I'm gonna use that before the winter is out. I swear, if it wasn't so expensive to use natural fibers, I use them all the time. Yeah, I got about 15 minutes left. The time has been getting by me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Maggie. Ugh, just one skein. Ouch. Oh, yeah, that was real lucky. My mom, so I know how to use a sewing machine just a little bit. So I can make like a pillow, and that's like I'm talking like more technical pillow. And I've done an apron before, but that's about it. But my mom, she does quilts, and so she was too busy because she worked a lot to like really sit down and do crafts with me. So mine, like most of my arts and crafts stuff, just kind of came to me, and so I've been crafting since I was like 8, just general crafting. And then I didn't pick up like fiber arts until after my kids were born. And while I've been doing it, I was like, oh, I wish I would have learned all this stuff when before they came along, because I could have made them a lot of baby outfits and stuff, and so I just missed that part of it. Because of course they're teens, they're not gonna wear anything that I make besides a beanie. So it just would have been nice to be able to make my kids stuff. It's really for me it's easy and therapeutic. So I typically recommend it. This is like a form of knitting. Yes, exactly. As long as you take care of it, it'll last. Cause like some of the stuff I've worn that I bought out the store, it wasn't supposed to be machine dried either, and I found it after the fact. So a lot of the stuff that we wear is not necessarily natural fibers either. So you just have to take care of it. Wow, that's crazy, Barbara. Oh, that's nice, Kanashi. That's the only reason why I was motivated to finish my apron because I wanted my mom to have it. I think we were doing like Mother's Day gifts. I can't really remember because it's been a minute. I just say a minute. I ain't gonna say it been so long ago. I'm not gonna even claim that. Yeah, I did say that. I said I was gonna do it this year, but time got past me. So the first half of this year, like I was working. I was working at a school full time, so I barely had any time to make anything. So then the summer came, and everything, like, since I wasn't working, everything was like this. It just shot up. And so the orders picked up everything, and so it was crazy. So I was supposed to make them blankets this Christmas, and so I'm gonna shoot for next year this time. So I'm gonna just have to like. I know the oldest son is not gonna want a thick blanket, and the youngest son is. So I think what I'm gonna do is variegated yarn, and that should help out a lot with time. As long as I don't have to change colors, it shouldn't be that bad. So I'm gonna start on them like right now. Yeah, so I'm gonna start on their blankets like right now, y'all. So I can just put them up. They're either gonna get them for their birthday this year, or they're gonna get them for Christmas. I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna do that, like hands down. Oh, sorry to hear that, Barbara. Are you saying that because are you using scrap yarn, Kelly, for your blanket? Right, when it's good, it comes first. Yeah. So that's why I was like, I need to do that too. And oh yeah, so I'm collecting bags, like bags of shopping bags, like Walmart bags and all that stuff, because I'm getting ready to make some yarn. So I'm working on that too. Like I can collect enough for right now, I think, but it is plastic and it's gonna be thin, possibly. So that's why I'm trying to get as many bags as I can. But I'm getting ready to make some porn too. Right, that's what. Yeah, it's all about having fun and relaxing. Exactly. I try to do that. my 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 obsession and compulsion messes that up sometimes, but I try to make sure I relax and do that too. Yeah, right. So I'm gonna I want to make use the yarn to make shopping bags, all that type of stuff. So I'm excited to do that because it's recycled. I think I accidentally wrapped this one twice. Didn't mean to. It'll stay. It'll do. It'll work. Because I'm not gonna take that apart. Yeah, I got about 10 more minutes. I don't stay in a big city, so I don't see a lot of homeless, but I do donate to like shelters and stuff like that. Oh wow, okay, that's better. That's a whole lot better than um doing plastic bags. So yeah, you don't have a need to collect them. So what do y'all do? Like the shopping bags that you bring back and forth and recycle. Yeah, yeah, crocheting can be tough on your hands. I know the past 2 nights, I went live yesterday over on the other place and live tonight. And before I've been going live, I've been crocheting. So when I get on live, my hands are like are shaking to work on the loom. So I've been like, I guess I shouldn't have crocheted right before I got on live. But yeah, my hands have been shaking. So I was like, I've kind of been doing too much. What I wanted to get for Christmas was a heated compression glove. So I think that's what I'm gonna have to do because I need heat. I need my hands to, excuse me, I need them to soak in hot water really. And so I feel like if I get some heated compression gloves and kind of wear them overnight, that should help with my hands. So that's my next um, gadget I need to buy for my crafting. Cool, Tisha. That's what I do. I take a break from my crochet hooks to loom. Then I take a break from the loom to crochet. I'll say, well, I need a break, and then I pick up another craft. I pick up loom and crochet and talk about I need a break, knowing I need to like put stuff down and not be working on anything and literally take a break. Oh, so you got some? I've been looking at them for the past month, and something just clicked in my head. I'm like, oh, that would be nice to have. So I didn't know they actually made them. I just googled them, and I'm just like, oh, these would be so awesome. So that's what I plan on getting. Thank you, Barbara. Man, what you, Tisha? Like, we here. I see you. Like, I'm tired because I thought that fad was leaving, was staying in 23, and I'm like, okay, the crochet hat, bucket hat fad is gone. And this summer, I started making them, and they've been like my highest custom order, and I'm just like, can we take a break from these? Cause like I'm tired of making ruffles. I just finished the one, like my 30th one since June. No, since May. Like probably been more than that. like I'm just gonna say it's my 30th one, and I got two more to make. I need to make one before the third, and I got like several weeks or so to do the other one, but I'm not talking about that one right now. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I swear, like, yeah, I, I'm, I mean, I like the income coming from them, but I'm tired of making ruffles. I really am. I'm tired. Everyone's so I haven't really had to. I've reduced my ruffles for like the basic ones. So most people order the basic ones, so I don't have to do the juicy ones all the time. I've only had to do the juicy ruffles maybe 3 or 4 times. So I've just been doing like my version of the ruffles, so I don't have to do so many at a time. It depends on the person because it depends on how long it takes you to make it, Barbara. What I would do, I would go on Etsy. I go on Etsy for cost, and I would I choose the one that I'm most comfortable charging. So I'll go on Etsy and check out their prices, and then choose the one that you feel like you getting the most out of your time and the what you'll spend on products. But yeah, the bucket head craze is wild, and I cannot. Me, I bet that like she never wears any of like the stuff that she makes, and I can't wear for medical reasons. I can't wear the bucket head because it's too heavy, and I get migraines. So yeah. So I never worn them, but I want to make the one with the wave. I made the one with the wave like once, and I that's why I kept saying if I wear any bucket heads, I'm gonna wear the one with the wave because I can't wear the other one. It's too heavy. Oh, okay, that's nice, Barbara. Gotcha. See, I like trade offs like that. Like, yeah, I got you. Anything handmade, I could do it for you to return the favor. You don't, and don't, you don't, Tisha. You don't. I worked at a school for, what was it? A year and a half. And when I say all of my social media suffered from having to have their full time job, and I wasn't the teacher, I was the para. But they would have me teaching classes, they would have me subbing, they would have me doing duty. I would have to come in do bus duty, all that stuff. So they would make jokes. Oh, she's basically our teacher. She just don't get paid for it. I'm just like, nah, y'all can have this. So now I'm just subbing. I stayed at the same school, but I told them I'm gonna have to sub because this is too much. Y'all want me to be in meetings. Y'all want me to be in trainings, and I'm just the para. So, so yeah, I understood. I had bus duty, everything. They was just using the heck out of me. But Barbara, for charging other people, go on Etsy. Etsy, check out Etsy. Now I keep trying to make myself stuff, y'all, but it's I made myself a hooded scarf last year that I put up when it got warm, so I don't even know what I did with that. And then I made myself some thigh high socks, and I don't really like wearing them because other people ask for them, and I don't want to make anybody else thigh high socks. That crochet thigh high socks are frustrating to make, and it's not the stitching; it's just how long and detailed it is to make them. So I don't wear them as often because I'm like, no, don't ask me. Now that's wild, Barbara. Not calling you at home. These are these the crochet thigh high socks I'm talking about. So I made these and they're crochet, and I was to make these. I just don't have that amount of patience to do something like this for someone else. So I I hardly put them on because I'm like, don't ask me to make them for you because I just really don't because nobody wants to pay you for this time. So there's that. But yeah. But I liked my hooded scarf because it was pretty warm and I was wearing it a lot when I finally made it. But I think I put it up like in my old winter clothes and I forgot it has turned winter now. So I need to make that happen. So yeah, I can stand the time you get off, nothing. All of it was working against my brain. It took I got ADHD, so put that out there. It took me anywhere, somewhere between, because I lost track of hours, 6 to 12 hours to make this sock over like 3 days. So that's why I say, when y'all be asking me about what's better, crochet, a normal, a seasoned crocheter, that would have probably took them about 3 hours. It takes me about 6 to 12, and that's spread across 3 days because the attention span is just it just goes out the window. But that was smart, Barbara. That was smart. But y'all, it is 11 o'clock. I gotta make my way in the house, and thank y'all so much. See, yeah, for me, that would be like double the time. For me, with like compared to other people, whenever they make things, it takes me double the time to do it. Like people will be like, "Oh, it took me an hour to make a hat on the knitting machine," and I'm like, it took me about 3 hours to make a hat on the knitting machine. So I'm just like, that's why I get very frustrated with playing around with my Addy. It takes me about 3 hours to make a hat. Everybody else is they're like, oh, I whipped up a hat in like 45 minutes to an hour. I'm just like, seriously, do you have to rub it in? So that's why I when it comes to like my customs and stuff, I can't really charge like for my time because I'm like double the time that everybody else takes. So it takes me double the time to complete projects. It's ridiculous. Like, yeah. So I kind of hate when people ask me, how long did it take you to make that? I'm just like, if only you knew. If only you knew how long it took to make this. But I always point out, but that's me. You know, I got ADHD, so this is coming from somebody that has ADHD with OCD, like OCD tendencies, especially when it comes to crafting. I will OCD the crap out of a craft project, like literally. I have to go in the house. I'm sorry. It's late. It's like 11. It's like 11 o'clock here, and I really have to get in the house. Yeah, they don't. They don't. Right. They don't. So I just have to do my best and make sure like my supplies, at least like the cost of my supplies, um, is paid for. That's yes, Barbara, yes. So you get it. Like, you get what I got going on. Yeah. So the struggle is real. So I just have to do my best. I get a lot of people that tell me, "You stop doing that. You stop charging." Blah blah blah. When it took you out, I'm like, I'm double the time as other people, so I can't really complain. All I can do is reference, what I find on Etsy and just make up the difference and just do my best. So there's I'm really, for me, I'm just trying to like get my supply, what I spent to make the supplies back, so that I can, basically go back and spend it and make more stuff. Because that's where the obsession is. It's like I need to be making something. I need to be productive. Thank you guys for the likes. Hi Sarah. I'm just kind of just running my mouth real quick because I'm about to get off here. But yeah, yeah, I can't really go for my time. That's the difficult part of it. Awesome. From India. I'm from the U.S. So I need to find. I'm gonna try to find like different times. I got to do it in a special way, where I go live an extra day, and it had to be during an earlier part of the day, so I can kind of reach both crowds of my people. I swear, we sisters, we here, Barbara, we here. I and not they not giving it away. They not. But Joanne's was almost during the holiday buy. They were almost giving it away. I went to Joanne's. What was I buying in Joanne's? I think blanket yarn, some type of blanket yarn. Yeah, and I like paid like what was it? No, it wasn't blanket yarn. It was number 4 yarn, and it was like 40% off or something. I can't really remember. I know it was like $2 and something. So I was like, they practically giving this away, and people kept saying, "Go to Joanne, go to Joanne." I'm like, I don't need to be in no Joanne, because as soon as I went in there, I was ready to buy. Here, take my money. But y'all, I gotta get off. I gotta go. I gotta go on in the house. Thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. Hopefully, the next time I need to fix my ring light has been getting on my nerves. Next time I need to fix that. It's been acting up. But thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all and look forward to seeing y'all on next Saturday. I'm glad you were here too, Barbara. Good night, sifting some soil. You be blessed too, Kelly. And so yeah, let me go and get off here. Cause I'll keep talking.